All right, so I decided that that first demo doesn't count uh, for today. So I have not accomplished my goal of making a demo every day because I'm not sure that that business is in business. So just gonna pretend like that didn't happen and move on to the next one, which also might not be in business because sure seems like if you're looking for like solo SEO, small agencies. All right. Well, somebody's calling me. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so Skoll Marketing did get back to me. And doesn't seem very promising. Also, I rambled about chatbots for a while there, which was not a good idea because I should have definitely um, instead of rambling about chatbots, what I should have done is ask them more questions. I realized that and started asking questions sort of at the end, but I don't know. I'm really bad on the phones right now. I used to be a lot better because I was making calls all day every day. But my most recent thinking on the matter is that it's not that I shouldn't be making calls all day every day, but it's that um, the calling and the demoing, the making of a demo and then the contacting them should be an extremely integrated process. I mean, because I guess the whole thing, the whole idea is that this whole time I've been like, okay, I got to make the chatbots, and I'm working and struggling, and like they're not working the way I want them to work, and blah blah blah. And then it's like, um, and then it's like at the same time, it's like, okay, I got to make these phone calls, and it's like they're two totally separate processes, and it's like no matter which one I'm doing, I feel like I should be doing the other one, and they are completely, I don't know. So the point is like, if there's a thing where it's like I make the demo, then I contact that company about the demo I made them, uh, then it's sort of like an integrated process. It should be a more integrated process. And I guess what I mean to say here is that it's people that don't know what I do or don't understand what I'm doing that are constantly saying like, you got to do sales, 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 sales. And like they're pushing me to like focus on sales and like spend all of my time doing sales. And it's like, um, on one hand, I agree with them because I have to do sales. I have to make money. How can you possibly? You have to make money. Business has to make money. But on the other hand, it's like, okay, you're saying that I need to do sales, but you haven't actually considered. You don't actually know what's going on. You don't understand the context. You do not understand the whole context. So it's like as if like if I just do sales, then the chatbots will take care of themselves. Um, but like I have to be constantly coding chatbots and be in the code and be in the weeds of the code and feel comfortable getting in there and getting dirty with it because otherwise I mean for starters I lose confidence talking to people because it's like if they really want something, like, oh, I started to be like, oh, I wouldn't even know how to make that work if you needed. Like just now I was talking with him and I was talking, he mentioned CRMs and I started babbling about how like I can integrate the chatbots with CRMs. And it's like if I had been coding a lot lately, then like I know exactly how to attack that problem. If that becomes a thing that somebody wants and if they're paying, like I know how to do it. But like if I have just been doing phone calls for 2 weeks and I'm starting to get good at phone calls and talking to people, but in the back of my head with that, I'm like, oh man, if somebody wanted me to make a CRM integration, first of all, it would completely disrupt my whole sales flow. My whole like routine of making the sales calls and being in the sales mode would come to a complete crashing halt. And then secondly, I'd have to just take a couple of days just to orient myself to the problem. And then I've never done that before. I have no idea how long it's going to take. And if the idea is I'm going to keep on making sales calls without any interruption while I solve that task, that's not going to happen. Something's going to give. Either the coding's going to give or the sales is going to give. So yeah. And then the other alternative, of course, is just to go back and forth between the two, which is kind of the whole idea. That's where this whole thing. That's where I started. So that's circling back to why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it, which is that you have to make a demo first, And then what happens is you're doing the same things over and over again, and you realize that you're doing repetitive tasks. So then because you're doing repetitive tasks, you start to automate those repetitive tasks. And because you're automating things, that's coding and you're still like in touch with the code. And then secondly, you have marketing material because each demo is a marketing material opportunity. And then finally, you have the sales because you contact them about the demo. So it has to go like that. You code, market, demo, or code, market, sales, code, market, sales, code, market, sales, constantly doing all three of those on a daily basis. That's the idea. Anyways, so let's try this payroll agency. Do they have a web form? Hell yeah, they have a web form. Do they have a chatbot? No, they don't have a chatbot. Do they have a LinkedIn? Yes, they do. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm. They have a blog. Okay, so /wp dash JSON. Whew. Only authenticated users can access the REST API. Interesting. Now we got a tricky one. Tricky, tricky, tricky. All right, I was gonna skip over using the OpenAI platform completely. That was my plan here for this demo because it's kind of stupid just giving them the URL when all I have to do is. But then these guys specifically block use of the REST API. So I'm kind of curious how my blog finder is going to treat this one, whether it's going to find it or not. Payroll's website includes a blog. Is there any reason not to share this page here? I see no reason why I can't share that. Payroll's website includes a blog accessible at payroll.com/blog. Open the blog page and you search for WordPress indicators. Check for WordPress. Yeah, I did that already. I don't, and it, no RSS feed. It's not found. Just wanted to look at. Huh. Okay. So Apparel.com has a blog, but the JSON is only accessible to authenticated users. What are the typical feed XML feed URLs? All right. So ChatGPT is telling me apparel.com/feed. Let's give it a try. 404. Apparel.com/RSS. Nope. Apparel.com/feed/RSS. Apparel.com/feed/RSS2. All of these are 404s. Check to see the categories. No categories. Okay. Let's see if it's because we need to put blog ahead of it. Nope. Nope. I think they just have their blog locked down so that you can't steal it. Which is fine because if they're interested in this sort of a feed bot, then what I can do for them is I can just ask them to make me an authenticated user, and then I'll make it for them. But I can't really make them a demo without their permission, which maybe is the whole point of why they did it like that. Anyways, let's just see if I can make Peril a review bot. I don't know what's going on here. PERRILL.com. Let's just see what are they actually called. Peril Digital Marketing. Minneapolis. Got it. Let's start over. Okay, so that all worked brilliantly. So got a nice little review bot for them. Now I can't make them a feed bot. So let's just look at their website real quick and see what else, if there's anything else on there that. Get results. That's their CTA. I like it. That's cool. Monthly marketing budget. How did you hear about us? Tell us about your digital needs. It says that we can apply for jobs here. I'll apply for a job. It's giving me the option of applying for an opening which does not yet exist. Oh my God, this is not going well. I'm looking for my resume. And I'm not finding it. What's happening here? All right. As soon as I find my resume. What is this file type? GDoc, huh? Oh my God. Could have sworn I had an updated resume call. Well, I found something, but hopefully I can figure out how to download it as a PDF. Okay, well, I already had one. So, see, this is the thing about applying for jobs is that it's like it always takes time, and then like you don't even hear. It's not. This isn't even a real job. This isn't even a real job. This job doesn't even exist. I'm applying for a future potential position. So you're taking all this time to apply for something. Um. All right, so I'm filling out this job. Privileged parts and are you able to commute daily to our office in Minnetonka? Kind of. It would be hugely difficult, but I could figure it out if it's truly necessary. And of course, it didn't go through. Why? I'm missing something. What am I missing? What am I missing? Okay, I applied for a job with them. I have completely lost track of what I'm doing with these demos, so maybe there's going to be a part 3 today.